If you don't want to be alone for the rest of your life, avoid these 12 social mistakes. Welcome to my channel God's Care Jesus. So don't wasting time, let's start this amazing video which helps you whole life. These things push others away from you. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to have a lot of friends or a really great partner, know that a lot has to do with how they behave in social situations. The difference between having a strong social life and being an outsider can come down to whether someone makes the following social mistakes or not. Support me with subscribe my channel. 1. Gossiping. If someone tells you something in confidence, then you need to keep it to yourself. Period. Although this juicy bit of information seems so tantalizing that you feel you need to share it with others, doing so will signal to your social circle that you can't be trusted with sensitive information. And if they can open up to you, your bond will be shallow, and shallow friendships eventually fade away. 2. Not keeping your word about commitments. A person's word only has value if they keep it. If you've told someone that you'll pick them up from a health procedure and you fail to show up, or you offer to help someone financially only to renege at the last minute, that also shows a startling lack of integrity. 3. Cyber stalking. If you follow a new acquaintance on all social media platforms immediately after meeting them, that's going to make them uncomfortable. It takes time to get close to people, and trying to do this too quickly will make them nervous, especially if you like hundreds of their photos from 2002 in one go. 4. Overstepping boundaries. People establish personal boundaries for a reason, and those need to be respected whether they're agreed with or not. If you mock someone for their boundaries or try to push past them because you think they're ridiculous, they and those close to them won't want the discomfort of having you around. Please share this amazing facts with friends, family. 5. Rudeness. It's neither cool nor acceptable to be demeaning toward others, including those who work in service industries. If you're out with others and you insult the wait staff or retail staff members, you mortify and alienate everyone around you. The same goes for being obnoxious in social media interactions. 6. Ignoring subtle social cues. This may be difficult to navigate if you're neurodivergent, for example, autistic, ADHD, or both. Learning about neurotypical body language cues can help, but it's important to note the onus shouldn't only be on neurodivergent people to make all the effort. Neurotypical people can help by being clear with their intent rather than assuming it's implied. If you're struggling to read the room, don't be afraid to ask. A lot of misunderstandings and miscommunications can be avoided this way. 7. Staring. We get it. A lot of people are intrigued by those who are different from them and get curious about facial differences, gender identities, and so on. That said, gawking at someone like they're a circus spectacle is incredibly rude. It makes them uncomfortable, and others won't want to be associated with your poor behavior. 8. Making assumptions instead of seeking clarification. Many relationships, both platonic and romantic, have been damaged by people making assumptions about each other's words or actions and then acting upon those assumptions rather than seeking clarification and moving onward from there. If and when you're ever in doubt about what another has said or done, ask. 9. Asking inappropriate questions. Asking new acquaintances or potential partners invasive or otherwise inappropriate questions is a surefire way to alienate them. If people want to share personal details with you, then they'll do so. If they don't, stick to neutral topics that are appropriate for polite but friendly conversation, like food, entertainment, nature, and so on. 10. Overstaying your welcome. If you're invited to someone's house, ensure that you don't overstay your welcome, nor invite yourself to partake in their activities. Aim for 30 minutes for a coffee meetup, unless they encourage you to stay a few minutes longer, but excuse yourself well before anyone's energy starts to flag. 11. Being pushy. When it comes to social interactions, the general rule to follow is don't insist, desist. It's fine to invite people to things, but don't be pushy or demanding. They have their own life schedules and commitments. The same goes for offering unsolicited advice about what other people should do. 12. Perpetually bragging. If you've achieved or purchased things that bring you a great deal of pride, that's great, but don't brag about it all the time to everyone in earshot, dropping nuggets about your Mercedes, your famous friends, and your accolades won't earn you respect, but will instead have the opposite effect.